So I'm over on the left, just getting started. I'm playing Ida Negra with Max Statixis, Max Nis, Deathjack, 2 Pistol Wraiths, and an Arc Node.
And I'm on the right, and I'm playing Testament with the Temple Flame Guard, 2 units of Bastions, Bastion Seneschal, looks like the Avatar, and Reckoner, and looks like the Book, and
A Vanquisher, I think.
Vanquisher, sorry, and Rupert. Just a lot of your normal support, choir, all those pieces.
You guys forgot to mention who you are, too.
Oh, I'm Mr. Pink.
Mr. White. No, I'm Jeremy Kofoot, Calrissian on the forums. I play Protectorate.
I'm Dan Skittles on the forums, and I play Cryx and Legion and Protectorate.
I'm Andy. I play Confused.
And as you'll see right here, I totally did not win the dice roll, so he gets to go first, and he's moving the Statixis way up my board. It's fun.
Yep.
So we're playing the 2014 variant of Incursion.
Which, the one thing to note is we weren't sure if you could dominate the middle flag, and that actually just came out today. Yep. You can dominate, but it's only for 1. So,
oh, nice.
So we did actually play it correct. Right. Yeah.
Well, that's I wonder how they'll end up.
Yeah. So that was just me rolling because, as usual, I walked Deathjack too close and scared the Statixis, but not too badly. I was actually at a tournament this weekend where I was playing the same Denny list, did the same thing, but I broke my Statixis, and then they didn't recover for the next 3 turns.
Well, that's why you play them with Scar, so they're fearless.
See, now you could have actually switched that around. You could have just did this in this game and saved that for the tournament where they didn't break. Would have made me much happier to start with.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting having my entire front line not do anything for the entire game. Yeah. So, just running up, basically my entire list goes forward. It's just 32 Speed 7 models having fun.
Yeah, it seems to be the nature of the beast in Cryx is turn 1, just run everything straight forward.
Well, in this list particularly, I mean, the way I built this E-Denny list is literally, I'm going to shove 3 units of high-speed models into your army, and hopefully you can't kill them quickly.
Do you have the Sea Hag in there?
Yeah.
She didn't run.
She didn't run 10. She's the one of the ones behind the wall.
Oh, okay. All right. Just making sure you're not cheating there.
Mm-hmm. That's Cryx. You wouldn't notice.
That's awful true too.
You'll see me doing a lot of fidgeting over here at times, mainly because it's like those are all going to be up on my grill here, and I'm not liking the way that this is starting out.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's typical Cryx.
All right, and I'm done, so now I'll start playing with dice for the next 5 minutes in my hands, and I don't think I actually threw any across the table this time.
Yep.
It's kind of common, actually.
Give 1 to the Vanquisher. I'm rolling here for the Avatar, and
Yay!
Luckily enough, he just starts out low with just 2, rather than getting my 4 out of the way right away.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's kind of crazy, because usually the Avatar is running full steam, and then next turn it's always 1.
Yeah. So, just debating what to do here, and it's...
I would do? I'll tell you what I would do. I would have 2 Vanquishers, and they would be shooting AoEs at them.
Yeah.
I would emergency respin the Harvey.
I would take this list and completely redo it because it's 3rd or 4th time I played with Testament, and as you'll probably be able to see, I'm not quite positive if the list I have is how you actually play Testament or not. It's one of the casters I want to work on here in 2014. So,
awesome.
Way to start out, and you will see right here that this is one mistake to start the game. I decide to walk up and just shield wall. That's another unit that I need to work on. The Temple Flame Guard. I rely way too heavily on Shield Guard instead of trying to push the engagement line back towards the center, I'm
Sure.
going to let it come towards me, which is not what you should do.
Yeah, in this case, I mean, if you would have walked forward and mini-feeded and ran, you would have gotten the same effect, except being another 6 inches up the board.
Yes. Yep.
Styxes, they're not really that great in melee. I mean, they're good on the charge. Well, actually, they have 2 attacks apiece. So.
But, I mean, still, the bigger thing is there would be stuff up by the flags.
True.
Yeah, it is my major mistake here in this game, is that the very first turn, I did not run them in mini feet.
Yep.
Instead,
To be fair, you had just finished playing against a Durgan list, though.
well, I had ran too far up.
Yeah. That's a game that will not be. Well, maybe a commentary would be recorded, but yeah, that was a very. I kind of made him cautious for this game.
Yeah. The Resnick died at the top of 2 in that one. So spoilers if that one ever comes out.
Yeah.
Here I'm taking a Vanquisher shot at the Styxis, and it misses, and then it deviates. And
Right back.
Yeah.
Well, you might get one.
Yeah, I do believe I get the lead one. So
Yeah, at least it's on fire.
So I get 1. He's on fire.
Yeah.
Could have been a bit better, but as you can see, his Styxis are actually positioned quite well, where I wouldn't have got more than probably 2 for the one I was going at. So
you didn't have me around, otherwise there would have been at least that whole back line right in front of Denny.
Well,
all of them
I went and heard
fire.
how your rolls went at the tournament, and didn't sound like you had your rolls that good.
Brian had my rolls against me in my game in the second round.
He mostly had your rolls against me 4th round, too, but...
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah,
So,
it was pretty horrible.
Here I moved the Avatar in front of the wall because I was hoping to maybe be able to charge next time with him. But, as you can see, he is left with 1 focus, and I did not gaze.
Oh, hey.
Oops. Yeah.
Hey.
That's one thing I forget with him, because I don't play with the Avatar enough. But
And Denny's with an 8 right now, too.
yes. Yeah.
So
Because I do remember actually checking that on my turn.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, so Denny could have been under gaze, Deathjack, but Deathjack is there, though, to potentially kill him.
Yep. But yeah, should never go and leave 1 focus on there, especially if you haven't used gaze yet.
Yeah.
It's quite helpful.
Yeah, if you're not doing anything with him except for running, it's always good just to gaze and run.
Yep. There I'm doing no non-magical range attacks with the choir. And then the vassal's moving up, and he's going to put Enliven on the Vanquisher.
Okay.
Actually, I think you did... You might have done no spells, actually.
Actually, no, you are right. I did do no spells because I was playing against Cryx. Yep. And here are my Bastions running up. Like I said, got 2 units of Bastions with the Seneschal. I don't think I'll ever run Bastions. I don't think I'll ever not run 2 units of Bastions. And if I run 2 units of Bastions, I'm always going to bring the Seneschal. Yeah,
Agreed.
Yeah.
he's just
too
amazing.
nice.
Yeah.
For 5 extra points to heal, it's really good.
Yeah, there's nothing like having 80 wounds of healing medium infantry as your second wave.
Oh,
Yep.
good lord.
And
Even I don't own 2 units of Bastions.
it was actually one of the first purchases I made was to buy 2 units of Bastions.
How many units of Seneschals do you have? Or not Seneschals, but Incinerators.
I've only got the one that came with the 2-player battle box.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, same with me.
Okay, so Rupert just went and put Pathfinder on the second unit of Bastions, who are then running into the forest. They're trying to diversify a little bit to actually get over to that flag, just in case it
Doesn't
stays.
look like he's got anything there that really can help that flag if that's the one that stays.
Yep.
So what do you guys think about the new Incursion?
I actually really like it. I like that they moved the flags farther apart. I think, and having the middle one always stay. I think it definitely makes this a lot better scenario.
I have lost games with my trolls before just because the middle flag dropped, and I'm playing P Madric, and I had absolutely nothing I could do.
Yeah.
My entire army had to be within 10 inches.
Yeah, it makes it so the game goes into the center a little bit more, and then slightly to the left or slightly to the right.
Yeah.
I also think that the changing it so you can't score double points on the middle flag is also a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yep. As you'll see, it comes into play here a little bit. But no, when I'm playing Incursion, especially like this, I like to go and set up with half, or put it in between the
Sure.
each side on the middle. So it's like I can go either way depending on which flag goes away. That's, I guess, even on the other one, that's how I've liked to play it. But
So Testy just put something onto your Vanquisher,
Hallowed Avenger.
Hallowed Avenger.
Yep.
It's a
Angry Jack.
very
Angry
nice
Jack.
spell.
Yep. So he's got Enliven and Hallowed Avenger on him.
I still would have shot with him again.
That would have also been another.
I love Vanquishers. And man, the 4-inch auto AoEs, it just rains hell from above.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and put
Ashen Veil.
Ashen Veil on them.
Like you do.
Yep.
Click.
All right.
I was doing that so I could sync it up.
Of course, that one goes away. The one that would have benefited me the most, and not him, is the one that goes away.
It actually would have been a lot worse for me because I did not necessarily position right to deal with two units of Bastions.
There's also a giant building right
Yeah.
there too, so
Yeah.
that kind of makes it a little difficult to deal with it on that side. Who set up that terrain? Who's that jackass? That's in the middle right now talking.
Oh, I was going to blame Brian.
Oh, yes.
It's definitely not Nathan because that wall is too far up for Nathan.
Yeah,
but,
that is true.
And of course, fire goes out.
Like it does.
Yeah.
Just needing 1s and 2s, and it just cannot buy anything higher than that.
Did I tell you what happened to my fire guys in my game on Saturday? That happened, 3 days after this.
No.
Yeah. Well, Brian had his incinerators. Or not incinerators. Incendiary, whatever.
Yeah.
They set fire to everything of mine. Everything that was important in my army was on fire or dead.
And then burned to death.
Yeah, on turn 2. And, then he had 4 Fury left on his caster. And, well, Durgan, I rolled horribly for the battle engine, or my Conquest, or whatever thing I was using.
Yeah.
The Earthbreaker. And, it was not good.
Makes sounds about like how one of my games at War Machine Weekend went, where my opponent lit almost my entire army on fire, and I used all of his tokens, my tokens, and all the little bases for the fire tokens too to light everything on fire. There was nothing left to indicate.
Any game that goes to I ran out of tokens
usually
gets really bad. Like the one time I was playing against our local Jordan's E-Butcher spam with a P-Scar infantry spam, and we ran out of blood tokens at 25.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
So I lost 47 points of my army in one turn, and then sack striked him to death, because that's what you do. With 7 6s out of 9 dice rolled between the sack strike and the Hellfire. But
Nice. I miss Sack Strike as being such a horrendous thing in the game.
I am so looking forward to Banekev, Armor 18.
I'm actually probably going to be fielding a list with the Flamebringers in it this week.
Can you Sack Strike a large base model?
Yes, you can.
You can. Oh. They might change that after the Bane Cap come out. You heard it here.
Yep. All right, so I dicked around for a little bit. I forget what I did. It's probably just counting Fury multiple times. Then Denny walked up and did what Denny does.
Yep, and this is the first time I've actually played Denny, so I wasn't... I did not know what her feat was until he said, I popped my feet, and I went, what's that feat actually do?
I thought I explained it at one point earlier, but I might have.
You may have explained it right at the very beginning, at which point I was still like, what? And then it really sank in here where I went, only the Bastions can move next turn?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had a game like this weekend where it was a person's first time playing Cryx or E-Denny, and I'm like, well, this game will be over quick. That was actually the game where the Styxis broke, so...
That's one of the things you definitely don't want to end up answering or asking is, what does that feat do?
Well, I think Jordan Knock actually, round 3 when he was fighting his... he was 2-0 and his opponent was 2-0, and he got asked, what does blind do?
Speaking of blind, I had that happen to one of my jacks too. I was so excited about throwing AoEs into my opponent's deployment zone, and I forgot about shooting a couple AoEs at Gorman. And then he came up and blinded the Earthbreaker.
So I now believe here you're just running all your Statixis.
Yeah, I might have charged one or two.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you may have did a run charge here, and you may get a couple attacks in, but I think, on the Avatar, definitely. But
that would have completely helped you if you would have had Gaze of Menoth up.
Yes, it really would have.
All those Statixis would have been running towards him.
And also, if I would have ran the first turn and popped my mini feat with Temple Flame Guard.
Yeah.
Definitely would have helped.
Oh, look at that Pistol Wraith. Oh, he's...
Actually, I think I just ran everything.
Yeah.
This list, like I said, I really don't even care if I make attacks.
Yeah.
My goal is to not actually kill a single model.
Yeah, you could just basically just run everything straightforward, just jam you up.
Yep.
You were doing a very good job of not killing a single model, because I think it came into play at one point when we checked, or when we were talking about if you could dominate the middle, where I had killed 5 Statixis and there was nothing killed from mine. But it was still of not very good on my part, because as you can see, he's 3/4 way across the table here.
Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? This is the first time that I think in all our battle reports that we've had a fully painted force versus a fully painted force. And oddly enough, I'm the one doing the color commentary, and I have no fully painted force at all.
You sort of can see it. I've done my Menoth up in white and green. I went away from the standard and just decided to go with green. I like it better.
Yeah, my Cryx is all dark blue with like turquoise highlights, so it shows up horrible in this camera light. They're painted.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
The only thing they need is bases, but that's,
That's coming. I have the stuff selected. It's just at this point. I like basing stuff all at the same time, just because the stuff I use is usually pretty messy, so just kind of set up and assembly line it. So
it's all consistent. Yeah, it makes sense.
So I believe I kept up Ashen Veil, and I believe I did Hallowed Avenger also,
I think so.
Because I took Enliven off and I took the Choir's bonus off. And
this is us remembering that something in your line caused terror. So
yeah, the Temple Flame Guard caused terror, and then your Statixis went and passed that. So
with the UA.
Yep. And I had rolled for the Avatar, and he once again only got 2 focus this time instead of what would be beneficial at this point of 4, because he's surrounded by Statixis right now. So
he tapped the time over so he could double check his...
Yeah, to see what can and cannot move. And I'll be marking here what is actually outside of the feat range. So
the book, half the choir, the Bastion, Seneschal, Rupert, and I think that full second unit of Bastions.
Yeah, the full second unit. There was 2 of the... one of the first unit of Bastions and the Seneschal, and then the whole second unit of Bastions that were outside of it. So it looks like I got a grand total of 10 models that can move.
You should do some placing, because then it would work. Wait.
And here I'm doing combine. Oh, that was the roll, I believe, for the terror.
Oh, it was probably the first one with me remembering the Avatar had terror. Then the second one was us remembering they also have terror.
Yes. And you passed both. So
yeah,
sad day for me.
This is where I would stab Dan.
I would, but those Temple Flame Guard, they only got 2 inches.
Just imagine walking into the hospital with a bunch of Temple Flame Guard like in random parts of the body. That they would actually probably make a very good sock jack, because throw all those in with those pointy pieces out.
Well, and they're single piece models too, so those are pretty solid infantry models too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no brute throw, but
here I'm checking if I got range with the back guy to go and do combined melee attack, 3-person combined. And we go and determine that I do, so I get 3.
Yeah. That should
So
be
I gotta do something.
should be a dead one. Oh,
No.
That was a 3.
That was a 3. That was not good. That's not how you wanted to start out here. The second unit, only 2 of them can combine.
They look
so
good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the other thing about this force. The lowest defense in my entire army is Death Jack is 13. Everything else is 14 or 15s.
Yeah.
Hey, good news though. Once he hits you, you're on fire. Oh, you're dead.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, that benefit for the Temple Flame Guard doesn't really
No.
Yeah.
take effect here against the statistic.
Yeah.
That's one of my issues I have with them is that usually when they hit something, they kill it.
Yeah.
So the auto flame doesn't matter. It seems to happen when I take Fiora 2 as well.
Okay,
No.
I think that was the Avatar missiles.
that was the
Yeah, that
Avatar's first initial,
Yep.
and then I am attacking here with the shield.
That hits.
That hits, kills, and I'm buying an attack.
No.
And it misses again. I'm liking the 3s today. It's,
And then you gazed.
and then I actually gaze this time. I remembered I got 1 there. It's going to be beneficial for me to actually gaze this time. And I'm actually...
As a side note, I was reading through the new 2014 pack, and one of the new rules is now completely official steamroller ruling that any effect must be marked. So,
Nice.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah, especially in this game, I was trying to get more into that where I mark everything I do, gaze, all that stuff. I've been a little lax on that, and that's something I'd like to improve here in 2014. So
I say I've had games both ways where either my opponent hasn't or I have forgotten sign, and it's been one of those really awkward, this will swing the game moment.
Yeah.
that right there was an attack with Bastion. He could reach the one over the wall, so I did kill another guy. So yes, for that unit.
Yeah, this list I play really casually even for a Cryx list, because not only do I not care if anything dies, I don't even care if anything comes back.
Yeah.
So it's one step lower of carrying than a mech thrall list.
Sure. It's really all about
Time.
jumping up, popping
Yeah.
your feet, stopping them in their tracks, and then throwing a bunch of high defense things in their face.
Yeah. The downside is, I've played against a Khador list 2 weeks ago with the same list, but I screwed up my positioning, so I didn't score 3 points on the first round of my feat. So then he had time to react, and then basically everything fell apart because I had Def Jack and a lot of half-beaten units at that point because Joe and Rifle Corps kind of shoot this list off the table.
Yep. So what just happened there was I had Rupert go and give them Pathfinder once again, and then the 2 Bastions got a charge attack in on the pistol wraith. So
I didn't catch it. It may be something we'd have to rewind it later on. Did they have line of sight to him?
Yes, it was the front two.
Yeah, the front
was
two.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was going to say they're all in a forest. Well, yeah, that's a dead pistol wraith.
I think the exact words were, "Are there ones?" Nope, he's dead.
Yeah. This is me going, what other 2 units can I move here?
Oh, and you can't even shoot your Vanquisher. Oh, sad face.
No, yeah, that was the issue. Was I checked on that, and I cannot move. I cannot shoot the Vanquisher and I cannot attack with him because he's outside of a half
doesn't
inch.
have reach, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the book, no, it can't.
And you had brought up while we were playing the game why I didn't have the book farther up to start the game. And that has more to do with me being very indecisive of where I wanted to put the book. So I tried to sort of put him in the middle where he could go either way, and then, which means that he was like 3-4 inches back from the line, which means I didn't really get a whole lot of use out of him.
Yeah.
I should be more decisive, either choose one side or the other, either Flame Guard or the Bastions, and just
The book
go
always
with it.
should be on the front line just because it's too slow. Otherwise, because it almost always, you can run it first turn usually, but after that it's always doing something, so it can only move 5.
Yeah, and I should have just went and put it on the side with the Bastion, because that's where Rupert already was. And typically I just want to have the book and Rupert together from what I've played. And
The tough, no knockdown.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I when I play the Harbinger, I usually always put it within 9 inches of the Harbinger, all the way out in the front, so
Yeah.
it's in their face, especially against hordes, because hordes can't handle the book. You got no spells in their face. Most of those casters have got, a 10-inch range in the
Right,
first
yep.
place. So yeah,
So
All right. At this point, Jeremy's clicked it back over to us. We're just kind of chatting over things. At this point, we're like... Oh, at this point, we were trying to figure out if there was anything he could have run up to contest or anything like that. And
Yeah.
there was a mechanic who was close but couldn't quite make it. But...
Oh yeah, I had the vassal that I was instead of I could have used his spell is what it was. Like I could have.
oh you could have shot. somebody.
I always forget about that they actually have a spell because I'm so used to just them
Yeah.
doing what they do for the jacks.
Oh, I got yelled at by Jim one time because I kept on using that damn spell all the time.
Well,
He's
it's
like, why aren't you doing? This
it's
now?"
like a range 12, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a range 12, POW 11.
Yeah, it's
At
not
least magic
big-
6 or 7. So.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
it's-
insignificant, and I just always
Yeah, when that's
never
the
use it.
worst of 3 options you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a solid spell. I like
Yeah.
it.
So at this point, we're talking over how we wanted to count scoring, because at that point it was still a beta, and we couldn't remember exactly how it was, but decided we would go through that way just so I didn't just click the clock over and win automatically. So
So you were up 2-0 on my turn. You're going to be up, 4-0 here at the end of your turn.
which is still bad, but at least you have a chance.
You're right. And this all comes back to my very first turn of not running the Flame Guard. So
Yeah, that's
it was a learning experience.
yep.
And I think it would have been more beneficial for me to also have Rupert on that side, so I could have given them Pathfinder to go and run through the
Yeah, that water
shallow
placement
water.
was also very, very bad.
Is
Yeah.
that shallow water or deep water?
Well, we didn't discuss it.
This
but-
is not Chicago, so it's shallow water.
shallow water.
It's not deep water until you conveniently need it to be shallow water. Is that okay? Oh, the pond drained a little bit. Okay.
Goodbye, Nate.
So I think we're at this point still discussing how we wanted to
At
handle
this point,
the-
yeah, so I started moving. At this point, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do at this point. I mean, I have a decent ability. I think at this point, I was mostly afraid of you somehow getting that Vanquisher right up in my face, because for some reason, I thought they were speed 5 instead of 4.
Yeah.
I don't know why I came up with that idea, but
As far as I can tell here, that avatar has a lane. Has a complete and utter lane.
don't worry, I got this.
Okay. Okay.
Well, yeah.
To that point, I gave 3 to the Death Jack.
Yeah.
Five
The Avatar
focus.
has a lane.
So we're going to start with the thing that I always forget to do, which is throw a Rust Bomb from Gorman.
Oh, rust bomb.
I'm also like 2 1/4 inches out, so
Yeah. About perfect placement there. So
You conveniently rolling dice behind the house so nobody
so-
can see.
yeah.
Oh, I think my exact words were, I roll dice and it can't scatter, so...
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
scattered, off, but it hits him and the Bastion right behind him. So,
Oh yeah.
but
And so you actually threw rust, not black oil.
Correct.
I suppose DJ is not going to have any troubles hitting him at all.
Yeah.
no.
I already needed Snake Eyes to hit, so...
Yeah.
Here's me taking a seat, being like, okay, let's getting ready to lose the Avatar there. Having the Death Jack running like that is never ever good.
Yeah, I apologize. I think I roll almost everything over there because I'm left-handed, so...
That's a hit.
Yep.
6.
Yep.
I am happy with the resolution of my camera.
It's very nice.
So then just about ripped the shield off with the first attack.
Yep.
Ugh. So he didn't even need rust.
No, he's
Then I finished breaking the shield with the second attack.
Yep, and this
Jesus.
is now I go down. And
Wow.
it's
So my
plus
tusks,
one.
so my tusks are dice -1.
Yeah, dice -1.
Wow.
Keep buying attacks.
Yep.
And as you can see there, by the hat and by the shirt, I'm a Chiefs fan and was very, very disappointed in that 28-point comeback loss. When you're up 28 points, you should never go and lose.
So at this point, yep, the Avatar is dead. As you can see, I still have the blue pile, which is his initial focus gain. So he still has 2 left. So at this point, I'm checking Denny's spell list to see what I can cast. Because I had nothing else to do. Venom.
Yeah.
I think is what I ended up doing.
I do believe it is what you did.
I think it was kind of
That's a nice 2-point spell. That normal Denegra, that's all she does. It's just Venom. Scourge Venom.
Spray.
Oh, you're not targeting the book with that, are you?
No.
No.
Yeah, but I believe you get 5 models here. It was like
2 Bastions and 2 Choir, I think.
2 Bastions. Yeah, 2 Bastions Choir. I think you only hit with 2 of these.
One of the Bastions I missed. The other Bastion I did 5 points of damage to, which you started writing all on one, then remembered
and then
that...
I went, what? No, let's spread that out.
Yeah.
With the Seneschal, you spread that out. So it'll just be healed.
Oh, yeah, I'm still in old school thinking of Bastions. I haven't played with the Seneschal at all.
I haven't played with him with a Warjack. I need to try that sometime.
Yeah, I haven't tried that either. Pretty much all I've done with it was my Ikrios tier, where it's 2 units of Knights plus Errants that run up front, and then once your opponent starts patting himself on the back for killing the first 25 models, 2 units of Bastions run up and I feet. Like, here's 80 wounds. Have fun.
Yeah. That's sort of what I'm modeling my... I'm going to go with the Temple Flame Guard in my Krios 2 list. I'm doing Temple Flame Guard, the Flamebringers, 2 units of Bastions, mainly because I want...
I'm really curious to see how the Flamebringers work in that.
Yeah, I got them painted up. I really want to play with them. I figure Krios 1, Krios 2, either the knockdowns they auto-hit or their hits auto-hit.
And extra attack.
And extra attack, yeah. So they get 4 attacks then, and sidestep. So, pretty nice.
Is that extra attack count as an initial?
I don't believe so.
No.
It's just
so you only get
it's an additional attack.
Yeah, it's an additional attack. So you get the sidestep from the, first 3.
All right, so at this point, I'm just pushing in further with the NIS, or not the NIS, the Styxis. One of them might be in Jeremy's deployment zone now. I'm not 100% sure.
Probably in my AD.
Yeah, AD for sure.
The attack on the Vanquisher.
Yeah,
Do you power spell this turn?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're attacking the Vanquisher, that's probably...
Yep, there's the... Yep.
Yeah.
It did,
It did some damage.
It did some, not a lot. So
Yeah.
You rolled pretty low on that one, so... And now it's over to my turn, and...
Hollowed Avenger.
Yep. So...
Yeah, I was going to say, it kind of seems like...
No, I let Hollowed Avenger drop. This is Enliven, so...
Oh, okay, that's what it was. In any case, all of a sudden I'm like, that Jack's a lot closer than I remember it. Here's me forgetting that they have chain weapons.
Yep.
Oh, so you're attacking the troopers and...
Mm-hmm. Although I power swelled and charged, so I don't think it actually mattered.
Yeah.
So
The bigger problem was set defense and Ashen Veil, but at this point I pretty much just wanted them stuck, so...
Yeah.
The attacks were pretty superfluous. If I was time crunched, I probably wouldn't have even taken these. So like, yeah, they're tied up, whatever.
Yeah, he just wants them up there in my face.
Well,
and they are, so.
Honestly, if you take something like that in a tournament, though, you're just eating up your opponent's time because they have to deal with it.
Exactly.
It's like, I push them forward, you deal with them. I'm like, son of a...
Yeah, I guess, that's a good plan with those. I mean, if, they're going to do...
Yeah.
You can do
maybe minimal, maybe...
Well, and plus, you're playing Testament. It's actually in my best interest not to kill any of your living models.
Right, because I get souls. Yep.
I say, when I was playing Testament last year, I actually built a list around the easiest to kill infantry in the Protectorate lineup.
Just so you get
and I played it
with
just
souls.
like a Cryx list. So there was one heavy to take advantage of Howled Avenger, and it was Blessing of Vengeance, so he got a choir bonus when Sign died. That way I could cut out the choir.
Yep.
Then it was Max Vengers to take advantage of the feat. Then Max Zealots and Max Flame Guard, who were just there to die at the correct time period.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of support solos. And I remember one time playing against someone, I think it was another Protectorate player, where I ended up feeding the entire unit of Flame Guard to them. So then Testament had 17 or 18 focus. And then ended up being able to just teleport and Corbeau move and charge his caster. Be like, all right, let's just start swinging.
Yeah.
So it was basically Terminus on a small base.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, talking about gathering souls, I had played a game one time and with High Reclaimer, which Reclaim is right there in his name. I did not reclaim a single soul that whole game because I just forgot.
Whoops.
Yeah, and I lost on dice down, and I had a charge lane to his caster. I made my charge, made my initial attack, and then they called dice down, and that was it. And I'm like, I could have just wasted, because I did all my other attacks first, and I was like, I didn't need to do that, but... Yeah, I was like, this is a High Reclaimer. I didn't reclaim a single soul, and like, I probably had half my army die within, his
within
range.
10 inches.
Yeah.
I had another game where the Zealots had already popped their mini feet, so I ran the entire unit into one arc of a storm wall.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, so here's the deal. You have two options. Either next turn I pop my feet, and the Zealots walk through the storm wall and firebomb Striker, or you sweep and I get 10 focus. Which would you like?
Neither one of those options is really good.
Davis was just happy he could sweep Sign.
Yeah, I had a Terminus. When I was playing Terminus, I think I ended up with, I want to say, like 42 armor at the end of it.
Yeah, I pulled a
like
17 soul turn this weekend, too.
Yeah. It's insane how high you can get up there.
Yeah, and you moved Denny back behind the flag.
Yep. Since Avatar was killed, so I then could back up.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed by that. Yep. I would have liked to see a little bit closer for the Vanquisher.
Mm-hmm. I think my Blood Witches went and killed one Flame Guard total.
Yep, one Flame Guard died there. So, and I'll remember here shortly once it's my turn that, hey, I get a soul for that guy.
Mm-hmm. And then at this point, this is me trying to remember how far a Vanquisher can go, and going, he might be able to get in there. Not too pleased with this.
The problem with Menite Jacks is that they all move 4, except for the other chassis.
Yep.
The Reckoner chassis. Yeah.
So at this point, I'm just running Nis up to just fill that spot so that there's not a large base hole in there.
Yeah. I was, I'm like, ooh, he's leaving enough opening for me to potentially get up there. And then I saw this action, and I'm like, nope, there went that option.
There's several almost large base size holes in there, but nothing
that I could have fit in.
One thing you could do, though, is you could go up and Ancillary Shot, clear up the hole,
at this
and
point,
then move in.
Yeah, at this point, you were going to hit something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have Ancillary Shot into there to clear up the space.
I could have, yep.
And then move in. Oh, spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
That doesn't happen.
That's not what happens. If you're looking to...
For a while, I think I was also thinking it was a Templar, too. So then about halfway through your activation, you're like, it doesn't have reach. And I went, I could have used a lot more of that in this unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the...
If you want to go and look how to play Testament good, don't go by what I did here. I would say not how you go and play Flame Guard good, and not how you play, him very well.
Much similar to how I played the Harbinger. If you saw my battle report with the Harbinger.
Yeah, where you went and killed yourself.
Martyred myself to death.
I'm
With
actually, I have her painted up. Mm-hmm. I'm looking to play her, but I'm actually a little scared to play her. I'm just not sure.
I can help you out.
Yeah, I'd say the way I did it actually is I actually hardly ever martyr, which was fun. I was playing Professor Lust back in October, and he was really confused by that. It's it's late game, and Harbinger has 18 health left. Are you sure you know what you're doing? I'm like, yeah, aren't you really confused? And then I started martyring. It's this isn't cool. I can't just bomber you to death at this point.
Yeah. So I think at this point, you were a little bit worried because you had left that opening behind Denny thinking that he was a speed 5.
Yeah, because then you could have just incorporeal and run.
Yeah.
I'm like, Blood Witch, maybe?
And this is also where I was debating what I could do here because, you're up 4-0. I know I got to pop his feet. There's me getting my soul. And I was also asking you what in your army had magical weapons.
Which at this point is my entire front line. Because
Yeah.
I ran up and mini-feeded the Blood Witches to have the fun, my incorporeal model free strikes your incorporeal model discussion.
So
do they have magic weapons?
Yes, their razors are magic.
Yeah.
Really? For the Blood Witches?
Yep.
Yep.
Wow,
So
that's a eye-opener.
Yes, I would say that is one of the most amazing units in Cryx.
Yeah. So he tells me that, and now I'm like, well, what I wanted to do, I'm not sure I'm gonna do now, and I decide, I don't think I want to lose that, but. In hindsight, I should have did it anyway because I hadn't mini-feeded with the TFG yet.
Yeah, you could have mini-feeded and just run them through and just risked it. I mean,
yeah. In hindsight, that's what I.
Eventually,
should have
I
done.
might miss. I mean, they're still Ashen Veiled, so you're still. I mean, and I'm only mat 6, and you could run in ways that I couldn't get gang. So,
defense 13 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think we're having a little bit more discussion here about. I think this is where you're looking for your.
Yeah, that's.
Yep. For the magic weapons. So
I was hoping Dan would have his password on the iPad, so he's giving it away to everybody on who's watching this video. I could have actually, if that was actually the case, I could actually blur that out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have a password on that one.
Yeah, so I decide finally I'm going to feat. Something I should have actually probably done here with Testament is I should have spent that focus to
Move closer.
Move him 3 inches. So then I could have actually did it. Here, once again, I decided not to go and run with the Temple Flame Guard because I forgot I had the mini feat and I was worried about the magic weapons just killing them off. So I decided to attack with them instead, which, it would have probably just been delaying the inevitable, but
well,
I think they're
only mat 6 though.
Yeah,
so they're not really the world's best.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, if you would have gotten enough of that unit over there that I couldn't clear them out, all you have to do really is survive one more turn, and then this list starts falling apart.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you breathe wrong in this list, they die. So
yeah, at this point, I was really thinking my only option was to go for the assassination.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was worried. I'm like, well, if I run them all up there, then Testament's sitting back here with no one between him and the rest. So
yeah, sure. Denny's camping 4 right now, so she's 16-16. And Corporal, because I always try and get her in Corporal for her feet turn, just for that extra little twist.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, because Deathjack probably won't survive 2 units of Bastions charging him.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Oh.
Well,
he shouldn't have, though.
He shouldn't have.
Although he is behind a wall, which...
That does help. And from the other side, I was only able to get...
Yeah.
Actually, I wasn't able to get the full unit.
I think the wall is what saved him, because then he's defense 15.
Yeah, true.
Very true. It made me miss some, so...
Don't worry, he's fair and balanced. He doesn't have reach.
Here I'm going with Testament, Incorporeal now, and I'm like, what am I actually going to do? Because I cannot do anything other than charge that guy, and I decide to, while I'm charging, to also cast a spell.
Another thing you could have done with some positioning, depending on how you had run like the Flame Guard sign, is you could have also revived something onto a flag.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, so even if you wouldn't been able to get a guy all the way there, you could have popped another guy out.
Just
or
a good test.
Or the other fun thing is to get 2 or 3 models all 4 inches away from the flag at different points.
Yeah.
Because that makes it, like for the Pistol Wraith and the Night Wrench down there, that could make it kind of tricky having to kill 3 models. I mean, for them it's not as bad because they're ranged, but especially if you have an opponent just camping 1 melee model on a flag, put 2 or 3 guys at the opposite ends of the triangle,
right?
And there's nothing they can do about it. They can move off and kill 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my spell onto Denny missed, so there went that attempt, and now I'm doing my charge attack. So that'll kill. So that's Testament. He's just sitting there, still in my side of the half, just floating in the breeze. Because if I don't get the assassination here, I know, because I didn't move the Flame Guard, and it's over. So
sure.
I think this is the point where you realize, oh, he's only speed 4. He can't get there, get to the back. So
yeah, I guess, It's very quiet.
yes,
Tense moment.
very tense.
Oh yeah, at this point I think you aimed and tried to just flat out shoot Denny.
Yeah. With a quick reminder,
Yep.
did choir first, battle, aim, try and shoot Denny.
Denegra on fire is a good Denegra.
Yes.
Yes, and boost to hits, which hits. So
Power 14, she's on like 3 armor. Power 16, sorry.
Yeah, I think this was straight dice.
yeah.
So I mean, it's possible.
And I roll.
Then there's 2 2s in there, so
Yep. It was not what I was quite looking for, but
But she's on fire.
she's on fire.
yeah. I mean, if the game had gone longer, it was entirely conceivable, even with that amount of damage, that she would burn to death.
And this is where I do an ancillary, but I need, I think,
13, I think.
Yeah, you don't get
Yeah.
the
Yeah, because it's Denny on a hill.
so
16 up to an 18,
Yep.
right?
yeah. So I essentially need to roll boxcars. Don't, and then it's
Fraction 3.
goes to the 3, 6 inches. So
Yeah, too far.
not anywhere. Gets them. And we also, after this, realized that should have went and rolled on the initial on a couple models around Denny, since it was a 4-inch. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, should have. I didn't even think about it, but yeah, I should have went and just went up ancillary first, cleared out some, and then I could have.
Then you could
opened
have
up a-
feeded and run in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, yeah, you would have had to do the ancillary first, because if you would have
attack, you would have lost.
you
it.
would have lost your.
Yep.
But I mean, at that point, I mean, you had 3 focus. You could have even trampled into a hole.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. At this point, I was not thinking very clearly, because I'm like, this whole game, I was just like, oh my god, the statistics are up in my grill. I'm just flustered pretty.
Yeah. So at this point, I think
quickly in
you've
the
pretty
game.
much decided. All right, I'm going to lose. Def Jack should die.
Yeah. I'm like, that was all I could do. Denny's gonna live. I don't have anything else I can get in there. The Bastions can't make it. So,
Yeah, you might as well just look for points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go and try and take out Death Jack.
But at least the cool thing though is, you're kind of looking at it now and you're like, oh yeah, that's something I could do. I could have, accelerated first, and then I could have charged Denny with the Vanquisher.
Yeah.
Which
All I gotta say is, since I've really started playing quite a bit with you guys, I think this has probably been one of my worst games I've ever played. So if that's the worst game I play in 2014, I'm gonna be pretty happy.
well, granted, I did leave the mental image though before though
Move too close and you're
move
dead.
too close and you're dead.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that affected this game too, because Testament was playing backseat really.
Yeah, I
Pretty
played,
far.
I played 2 games back to back. Resnick and Testament, both casters Resnick was my second game with, and Testament, like I said, this is third or fourth game with. So both casters I'm not very familiar with, but both ones I want to actually get better with in 2014 here, because I really like Resnick. I really want him to be good, but I just want to play him, and everyone says he's not good, but. Or he's hard to play with.
I don't think he's not good. I think he's just frustrating. Every time I've tried him, I've just given up because he's so... For someone who's a medium-based beatstick, he's so precise.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have anything in the wrong activation order, and he's got several abilities that trigger off your opponent doing things.
Yeah.
And if you forget any of them, you just hurt yourself really bad, too.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
So,
I miss his Mark 1 abilities.
I just randomly light fire.
Yeah, Firestarter is, oh my god, it's such a good ability.
And the lawn darts.
Yes, yeah. The fact that you took away they took away Firestarter, which is a good thing, because...
That's just bad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think the first attack there for my first Bastion missed. Well, actually, my attacks from that unit...
1 hit and 2 missed, I think.
Yeah. And now I get 2... charge attacks from that unit over there, because that's all I could actually see.
Yeah,
him.
You might have actually just walked. Actually,
Oh yeah, I didn't charge. I walked because those 2 were within 4.
Yeah, it was some really weird angles and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was enough that I would have been able to get 1 charge in, and this way I could get 2 attacks in, but not be charges. But
no back arc.
Nope. That was actually, pretty good, pretty decent amount. I think I got him halfway down.
I think so.
But
if the wall wasn't there, you would have had a much better chance of wrecking him.
Yeah,
because
the first 2 Bastions missing on their charge attacks.
Yeah,
did
that
not help.
And just with my positioning, you're like an inch back, so you couldn't get the second row in there either.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that looks like it was it. We had the handshake.
And here we're just sort of discussing, what should have done and different strategies at that point. And me just going, should have just ran those guys up there.
Yeah. Well, Edenegger is in that classic category in casters that you're more than likely going to lose the first time you play against her.
Yeah.
But then it gets burned in your brain.
Well, I'm never going to forget what her feat does. So
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So,
there we go. So we got, any other quick recap? Any other things that you've learned?
Denny sucks.
On behalf of the Cryx players everywhere, I'll accept that.
All right, so this has been Andy.
Dan.
Jeremy.
All right, signing off.
Thank you very much.
Bye.